Today's video, as you guys can tell by this title, is why be male-centered when you can be you-centered. As you guys know, I am actively on this self-love journey, and I come on this channel to document the things that I have learned on this journey in real time. I don't want to say I learned this recently. I got this, I kind of grasped the idea that you probably shouldn't be male-centered, but the idea didn't start to take, my heart didn't start to grasp it until recently, and I'm truly understanding why you really don't need to be. And I want to share with you guys what I learned and some observations I have made. So let's get into this video. I hope that this opens up your perspective, broadens the horizon and all these things. So I know male-centered is something that we hear a lot as women. Oh, male, and I think it's honestly like a new word. I didn't start hearing this word until like recently, honestly.
I feel like, yeah, being male-centered, or I guess the phrase male-centered, it doesn't mean like if you're not male-centered, it doesn't mean that you hate men. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like when you love something too much, and then it might become hate a little bit at times. That could be for anything. People that aren't male-centered, it doesn't mean that they hate men or like don't want a man or like men or like respect or appreciate men genuinely. Like, not needing a man doesn't mean that you want to be alone or want to do everything alone, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's more so like your being, like the balance between your masculine and feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel like a man has to or is obligated to do things for you just because he's a man. If that makes sense. Or feeling like the only way you can have things in life or like security or stability is through a man. Now, can you do what you want in life? Yeah, you can be male-centered if you want. That is your choice. That's your life. Seriously, if you feel like you can do things all on your own, that's also a good option, or it's sometimes not. But really, honestly, in this world,
And if you don't know what male-centered is it's just a woman who is driven for male praise. They're not.
and yeah, like 150. I think the male praise aspect is where it comes from. It's like some people naturally attract attention without having to do much, or without going out of their way to retrieve or receive attention from men, right? And then if they are going out of their way to do that, that's an active father wound, right? And then on the flip side, if men are doing that, that's an active mother wound, or however you want to flip it, or however you want to paint it, right? So it's like getting praise does not equal needing praise. I feel like some people, they don't feel attractive or good enough or even good if they just don't have a man complimenting them all the time, or like stroking their ego all the time. I'm just saying that lightly because ego is not a bad thing. It's your identity. It's your mask. Basically, women that just feel like a man's word or opinion or say over women equals their worth, or it's like confirmation for their confirmation of like being enough, or like being anything in the world.
Driven to do anything for themselves unless it involves getting validated by a man. They're always worried about a man. They put a man before their life. They put a man before their friends. They put a man before their kids. Like, it's like a woman who has made males, the male species, their drug. It's like they're...
And I guess you can equate that to how people use the phrase pick me. It's like a pick me is really maybe someone that likes to put other women down, around, let's say, men, like a group of men, and they feel like, or just a man, and they feel like if they have more than someone, maybe materially, or like, I guess, outwardly, and it appears like, they have something that men would typically want, right? Like, let's just speak really generally. Like, growing up, my mom, she would comment on my growing adolescent body, or like my siblings, or like whatever, parents do that. They say things about you, and they check in on you sometimes if you're getting dressed, or like um you're just doing your hair, and they come behind you and go, "Oh, that's what the boys like, that little," or whatever they saying, you know what I'm saying? They just put that stuff in your head, so then you grow up thinking, "Oh," you know what I'm saying? And so let's say if it's a girl that really feels like she needs a man, or like a boyfriend or a husband, to feel good at all or about herself, she would tell herself, "Okay, so I just have to maintain this whatever's going on with me for the male gaze, like solely to gain, like, you know what I'm saying? Not just to see if it's possible, or when you want that type of attention, or when you know what I'm saying, want." It's more so like leaning towards like need, like, because they registered it as, okay, that's what I need to do, is always appeal to the man's gaze, or like always look fucking perked up and just ready for a man to look at you and all that. And then also, if people look nice, or they feel nice about themselves, that doesn't always equal, like, you know what I'm saying, I want male attention only, like, or I'm going after men. You know, that's just what I'm picking up off of this male censored thing, because I feel like people mix it up so much. And then Twitter, or X, whatever the F social media platform, where you see people debating about all types of ish like this, it's like, man, people just be going back and forth about who's right and wrong, and what's this and that, and who's um that or this, and it pisses me off. It just keeps me off of Twitter.
It's like they're crack almost. They don't care y'all know crackheads don't care who and what. Okay, whatever they got to do, they become very creative and ambitious when it comes to getting they crack. Okay, that's what a male-centered woman is. I feel like with this subject, every time I hear a woman speak on it, I hear a lot of hate in their voice, or like a lot of disgust in their voice. And I don't think you should hate yourself or feel disgusted with yourself because you are male-centered, because the reality of the fact is, women are raised, we are brought up, we are taught to be male-centered.
Literally, I just said that, like, we're taught to be a product and not a whole person. And that's not a bad thing. Like, obviously, we all in this game, we all, like, in life. So if you're a woman and you're straight and you want a man one day, yes, put effort into yourself, or yes, give an F, or like, do try, but it's more so like for you, like, for you to feel good. And you know what I'm saying, don't make it about a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, for example, I wasn't always the thickest person. I was actually super bony as a kid. Like, I just started putting on a little bit of weight now in life. Like, literally. Like, there was times where I was a little chunky because I was just like a snack head, or whatever the F, or just I was a kid. Like, I was a teenager. I was like young. So it was times where I was just like putting on the baby fat, and I was getting a little black neck, and I was just doing whatever the F I wanted to do. I just didn't care. I was just like, anyway, you eat anything my mom's cooking, fucking going to the store, man. Anyway, oh man, I was not always the thickest individual, and in society, I mean, you're gonna have two sides of the spectrum. So there's people that are attracted to like maybe petite or thinner women, or just not super voluptuous and thick. Okay, or people just like what they like, right? So it's like I wasn't always a thicker. So my mom, she would try to make me feel like, okay, yeah, don't get super obese, like to the point where you need to like get gastro, whatever that shit's called. But also like don't starve. But she had trauma around being like she had trauma around being called fat, or just like being made to feel like if she was eating something enjoyable, she was just some fat lady or something or whatever. So she kind of, you know, raised her kids to just kind of watch their eating habits, even if they didn't. It's just she would just throw that on top of people's heads, like just don't get big, don't get big, don't get big. And it's like I took it upon myself at times to really just not eat enough, honestly, just to like make her proud, or just like be like this model daughter and ish. How old I love food. Anyway, I had in the back of my head, okay, so be thin then. And then as I'm getting older, I'm like, well, yes, you can have your body type and all, but like you shouldn't be made to feel like your body type um is directly to please someone else, or um supposed to, you know, how do I say it? Like you're not supposed to feel like you need to control your eating for a man, or control your body type for a man in particular, or men period. You know, there's the world is large. There's people that like whatever they like. There's somebody for everybody, for real. And um you really should really honestly take care of yourself, like be balanced and stuff. But don't try to like hold yourself back from what you want just for what you think you need. Right.
We are taught to strive for the validation of men. Oh, you need to learn know how to cook for your husband. You need to know how to clean that house. No man want no dirty house. You feel what I'm saying? You need to look nice. You need to look pretty. No man don't want their wife around here looking raggedy. We never hear, oh, you need to learn how to cook for yourself. What do we hear? Oh, you a wife, you can cook. What? And then based off of the Disney movies and the programming, like from children, we are honestly taught and indoctrinated that there's going to be a prince to come save us. That we don't get our happy ending until we get our man. I don't want you to feel ashamed of yourself or feel guilt or shame or anything like that, because you possibly could be male-centered, because a lot of us are, and we're taught to be male-centered. Like
It's so possible to be happy and confident on your own without a man's validation. Now, is it nice to have reassurance or like compliments or somebody praising you? Absolutely, yeah, because that's a direct reflection of you taking care of yourself, or like they like you, or whatever the case may be. But you have to understand or feel like you with or without them, and what you do in life shouldn't be for, and like you shouldn't feel like I have to cook and clean every day and look nice every day and be perfect every day, or like just be attention seeking or grabbing for a man, or like for the possibility of a prospective um happy ending, because that's not always guaranteed. Like um just because you have a man does not mean you're gonna be like satisfied or happy. You have to have, first of all, the right man, and also just like I feel like this is digging into gender roles and stuff a little tiny bit, so I'm not gonna get into all that. Like that's a different discussion for particular dynamics or couples. But you're never gonna be the perfect wife or husband or girl or guy, like for anyone. Like you're always gonna just be yourself. So I'm just saying that to say, you know, there's no rubric for like a wifey or a wife. It's really your contents inside of you. Like it's you. It's not what you can do for someone or what type of validation you get from someone. Honestly, like it's too general. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can cook, anybody can clean, anybody can improve on those things if you know what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It's just like you have to unlearn, you have to unteach yourself that, and hopefully when you have kids, you can teach them something different. But what I have learned is I am interesting in my own right. I don't need a man to make my life interesting. When people say do it for the plot, they're always doing it for the plot, associating it with the man. As if, and if you don't know what doing it for the plot means, it's like do something spontaneous to spice up your life, basically. And anytime I hear a woman say that, or even anytime I have said it, oh, I'm doing it for the plot, should I do it for the plot? Like, let me text this guy that's no good for me, just so I can have a little bit of excitement in my life, just so I can feel exhilarated for a little bit, like do it for the plot. Like, we never say do it for the plot regarding ourselves. It's always do it for the plot regarding a man. At least for me, in my experience. Like, no, if you want to do something for the plot, do something for the plot that consists being spontaneous in your own right. Like, that consists you just doing something spontaneous for yourself. Like, oh, do it for the plot, let's go rock climbing. Why don't we ever say that? Like, do it for the plot, I want to get a new tattoo. Like, do it for the plot, let's go get baptized. What I have learned for myself, like, do it for the plot was always something regarding a man. Like, my life is boring, I need to spice my life up with a man. But spice your life up with yourself.
And as I was saying, like you're not wrong if you are male centered. Like I'm saying, people can live how they want to live. Like sometimes people really just want to live comfortably and feel like their feet is kicked up and a man is doing and taking care of everything for them, and that's fine. You can find the type of sugar daddies that you need like that. You can find the type of ninjas like that. I'm saying there's people that just can't afford that, and then really honestly, um, on the flip side, there's people that are like that would take advantage of men, like you know what I'm saying, just plotting period, just because they feel like they can, or like um they just really innocent, kind people get hurt off of like that type of plotting, like you know what I'm saying, making your life surrounded by male validation or like male providing or provision. I don't know if that's the word. Like a male providing for you, and they just take advantage of that because they feel like, oh, as long as I just have his attention, or as long as I just keep up this like drive to keep a man around through whatever avenue that is, whether that's like lustful or like I said, attention grabbing and just like making a man feel like they need them for real. And then there's honestly, I don't blame some women for being male centered because there's a lot of men maybe that were in their life or men in period that feel like they could just trash a woman if she's just not super emotionally dependent or needy, like financially, or if she's not like expressing herself that way. It's just, you know, I feel like sometimes men, it's not always women's fault, or like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes men really try to condition people to be that way for like some sense of power or control, and it's really not okay because that's no type of power if it's really just sucking her battery of life for real, or like you're taking advantage of her needs and all type of junk like that, right? So some women learned, yes, growing up to be male centered, but also at the same time, if that's all they seeing is men kind of treat women like that's what they have to do in order to be like appreciated and loved and respected, for the most part, that's kind of like the reality they might create for themselves if they just surround themselves with people like that. And then there's also men that really do like respect and admire people that really do get up and do their own thing, right? It's very, very rare to find men that aren't intimidated by women having something to say or being like intelligent or knowledgeable on different things. Like I was talking to this person one time and I said something about some football thing. Something about football. They just swore I had ninja, just like I got that knowledge solely from a man, as if I've never seen football on TV before. Like, or just an ad or like some vernacular for football. Like, gee, why? Or if I'm listening to music that's really, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of bumping, or like the playlist is like, it's giving like, wow, this is diverse. They think you just stealing music from men. It's like only men can have the credit for being like something or someone, and that's just toxic men that think like that, right? Like, I don't have time for all that. Like, I'm my own person, okay? I dive into my own Pandora's box. I do my own thing. That doesn't mean I'm lonely or sad or depressed or like scorned or anything. It just means, yeah, I can do it too. I just, you know what I'm saying, I do it in the girl way. And like, I like to work and do things for myself. I like to like learn and sharpen my skills and things that usually men would do, like maybe techie stuff or like just carrying groceries in or taking the fucking trash out. That's simple stuff. Like, that's just like, anybody can do that. Just like men should clean and cook too. Like, you know what I'm saying? All this, that's what I'm saying. These gender roles and these like toxic mentalities and like entitlements that people have sometimes. Like, oh, I'm the man. What I say goes. And yeah. And then the woman is going, well, and it's just like, we don't have to do it like that. It's like, can we be friends? Like, can we all just get along? Can we just love ourselves? Can we just love ourselves and just not need but want?
If you want to do something for the plot, do something for the plot that consists being spontaneous in your own right. Like, that consists you just doing something spontaneous for yourself. Like, oh, do it for the plot. Let's go rock climbing. Why don't we ever say that? Like, do it for the plot. I want to get a new tattoo. Like, do it for the plot. Let's go get baptized. What I have learned for myself, like, do it for the plot was always something regarding a man. Like, my life is boring. I need to spice my life up with a man. But spice your life up with yourself. I learned that I'm a multifaceted creature. And there's always something new that I can discover about myself. And I'll never come to the end of who I am because I'm an ever-growing creature. And if you think about that, a creature that's ever-growing, a creature that does not have a limit to where they can go to, that's an interesting creature. That's something that you want to look at. That's something that you want to research on. That's something that you want to see where it can go, where it can progress to. And that is who I am. I'm a multifaceted woman. I'm a multifaceted creature. I'm multidimensional. There's so many different areas and pockets to me, and different pockets to me.
You want to be a person that if you see something, say something or do something, not just leave it for like, you know what I'm saying? Now, no, you don't have to be a damn robot or maid. And no, you don't have to just be handing out, dishing out. No, you don't. But it's, the point is just like what you believe and what you feel about yourself and how you're going to move in the world like that, right? It's just going to reflect. Like, the world's going to reflect back to you.
I haven't even opened up, that I haven't even realized yet. And it's like, I'm interesting in my own right. You do not even have to fully know who you are yet, or even fully love yourself yet, or you got to that pinnacle confidence yet to understand, to realize how interesting you are. And it's like once you start to get into that, like discovering who you are, you're so caught up in you and discovering these new things about you and figuring out what you like and figuring out what you don't like and figuring out what's good about you, but also figuring out the bad parts. It's like, that's a character flaw. And like you're so busy tapping into you, working on you and what you have going on, like you won't have any business to be so caught up in what a man thinks about you.
Just to top it all off, I'm gonna just end it right there for real. Um, I understand why, like I said earlier, some people can become or just have been male censored. Sometimes that's all they've known, or that's safe and comfortable for them. Like women aren't really taken seriously, like unless they have a lot to show on paper. And then if you're crying, or if you're, you know what I'm saying, around the wrong type of men, or around the wrong type of people that just think you're just a crybaby, or you're just, or like if they just, they have this entourage, or like this like hard body, or like they're just, you know what I'm saying, people don't take people seriously based off of what they see sometimes. Like they just see a woman that looks vulnerable, or like small, or they look frail, or they look dumb. If they're pretty, even they just look like their only purpose should be to fulfill a man's sexual desires, or like just blatant desires, like outside of her own individuality, for real. Like anyway, obviously it's okay to feel like you're scared in the world, like you don't know what you would do without maybe a man's protection, right? Like if you're used to that. But at the same time, man is not God. God is God, and God always provides, and God always looks out for they peeps. If you feel like you can't be alone in this world, for real, no, don't go be outside and just outside or on your own and literally trying to do things by yourself, or just like, drop everything today and say F men or just anything like that. It's really just like, if you're somebody that really believes in God, God works through people, right? So if it's not a man, you will have like you will be okay. You'll be okay. But everybody's situation is different. Everybody's life is different. So um, like Rome wasn't built in a day. So just acknowledge if you are male censored. Like um, nothing can really happen to you if you're not, you know what I'm saying, focusing so much on that, right? I mean, things happen, but just try not to tell life and tell the universe like you need a man, I guess. Yeah, the world is scary, but honestly, even men need men or women sometimes for protection. You'd be surprised, because just because somebody looks big and strong does not mean that they're not weak in their mind, you know, or doesn't mean that they're invincible. Just because somebody looks vulnerable and dumb doesn't mean that they're an idiot or like desperate. You know what I'm saying? It really comes down to like just having like good blind faith, not like reckless faith, and also being realistic with where you are in life and what you need and what you want to do. And what you need is not external validation or external help per se. Now, yes, that's going to happen for you if you need it, but do try to do that for yourself first, or at all, because anything could, I mean, God forbid, right? Anything could happen to somebody that you're leaning on. God forbid, right? But you don't want to feel like, oh, you just threw all your eggs in one basket and you don't have a tribe even, or now you just stuck in like fear, like you have nothing to build off of or do, right? Even if it's something as simple as like you like music, or you like YouTube, or you like doing hair, you like doing nails, you like whatever the F it is, at least have that thing that you like, and then go build off of that, and then do try to have like an income and things like that. or just if you don't have it to go to school, like money or like the mental space, whatever you can do that keeps your mind off of needing somebody else, like just do. Like that way, even if you do need a man, you still you can just both have. I don't know. And no two women are alike. No two men are alike, right? So you can't just say, "Oh, I know women like this," or "I know men like this," and just assume you're going to gain an expectation off of a generalization, right? You're supposed to treat yourself and others as an individual. So, you know, people aren't, well, not, most people might want to just do what the next person's doing. But some people aren't really a follower per se. They don't have like a sheep mindset, like, you know, oh, well, most girls are getting their hair done like this, or most guys are getting their bread like this. Like, just try to do things just because you feel like that's what you need to do to impress someone, or to like get something that you expect out of someone. That's not really a guarantee or a safe or healthy route to take. Everybody's different. What one girl needs or wants is so likely different from what the next girl needs or wants. And same for men. Like, some men don't need no super um what's it called? Everybody wants me as a girl, and not every girl wants some Mr. Havana can get anybody he wants ninja. Some people are a little on the humble department. No, that does not mean you are content in poverty. It means you're humble. Like, either way it go, you're good.